I definitely believe gridlock is a possibility. Again, there is quite a lot of time to go before the election, so we might well see the right-wing coalition in particular reaching the amount of votes needed to secure a governing coalition, a governing majority, sorry. But again, yeah, gridlock is definitely a possibility on the table. In terms of instability, I would very much agree with the Prime Minister Gentiloni that, well, Italy is used to periods of uncertainty and instability. So I don't think it will very much impact in the short term. It might be, the big question might be who we will have for, the next 5 years. Especially at the time of, big European reforms. This is a very important question, and that in the long term might be the real question for Italy. And again, in terms also of following up on the reforms started from by the previous governments, that is also clearly a big question. Who is going to be there for 5 years? Will they follow up on the reforms that have started under the centre-left governments?
I'm just curious to hear your views on why PD are doing so badly. I mean, this is coming at a relatively good time for the Italian economy. It's growing at 1.5%. It's recently got upgraded as well by the S&P. So what has Mr. Renzi done wrong to lose this much momentum in the polls? Is it just a function of the referendum that went wrong a couple of years ago, or is there something more to it than that?
Well, I believe there are two factors to this. One is the fact that the Democratic Party is losing, in particular, votes of people on the left of the party. So the original, say the hard bloc of the hardcore of the party historically, because of Renzi's policies under his government, that have been much more towards the center than they have been towards the left. Another factor is the internal division within the Democratic Party, and this is, I think, partly to be attributable to Renzi's role in his type of leadership, which is a very everything is focused on his personality, and a lot of people say that he has personalized the party, which was traditionally a mass party, and the split and of some of the left on the left wing of the party after the referendum, and again following the announcement of the electoral list this morning, the arguments that have been raised by again left-wing minorities in the party are not playing well, I think, with the electorate in Italy.
So there were some reports over the weekend, and not being confirmed yet by Mr. Di Maio, but that he may be considering a coalition with the Northern League, which should be a bit of a surprise because in the past he has ruled out doing coalitions. If that does happen, are you not getting the most anti-Euro, the two biggest anti-Euro parties in Italy in governance?
Well, I believe probably there is a point to be made in this sense. I, however, believe that first of all, what the position is of these so-called Eurosceptic parties in government will not necessarily be, if they get to power, the same one they have in opposition. And second, I'm quite skeptical about the possibility of this type of alliance between the Lega and the Five-Star Movement, particularly because the Five-Star Movement has within it two different wings, two different souls, if you want. The more pragmatists, it's called pragmatists, who might be inclined to an alliance with the Lega, but they also have the orthodox. They are the ones that are more faithful to the origins of the party. And I believe that people, MPs elected within this faction, would very much resist an alliance with the Lega, and might even think about deserting from the party if this happens.